Two-time All-American midfielder at Nazareth College. He works for the Premier Lacrosse League and a terrific hire for Jamaica Lacrosse. With our officials, Alex Frey of Germany doing the honors, Dale Wilson, Ryan Wallace, James Hawksworth, and Emma Jones. Chilly conditions after the British Isles experienced a heat wave for about the last month. We were expecting rain yesterday and some thunderstorms. Did not happen. But now the next 2 to 3 days look on the chilly side. Jamaican yellow, white on gray for Japan. And a terrific face-off man for Japan, Yusuke Takeda. And he has been a problem for Pool B teams. And one of the top face-off guys in this entire tournament. And Japan gets to work offensively. In goal, Tyler Vassell for Jamaica. And Jamaica excellent at the 4 poles. Tony Diallo will play long pole midi with Chandler Redwood, Jaheim Hawkins, and Jonathan Damaniak. And this could be a game very much to a grind in the 6-on-6. Japan on the attack with Shuhei Otsuka, Ryuta Ishikawa, and Sota Hakozaki. The midfield here with Uta Kaigara, rather that's actually 11, Ryuta Ishikawa, who curled outside. It is 21, Uta Kaigara in the midfield, with Rei Yamamoto and Tetsuya Yamada. Coming out in front on the sneak, it's Hakozaka.
Sota Hakozaki with the goal for Japan.
So Hakozaki off a little bit of a stick fake, and he's able to speed around the Jamaican defender 1-0. So Hakozaki's 7th goal, and now he pulls ahead of Kaigara for the team lead. Japan remarkably with 13 different goal scorers through 3 games. Philosophically, talking to Naofumi Suzuki, also known as Udo Suzuki. Face-off win, Takeda. And Takeda pushing transition, nearly got it to Otsuka before it's turned over by Japan. However, off the ride, they get it back. And a little bit unsettled, that's through the stick of Ishikawa. And here comes Jamaica. And searching for the clear, Ohio State midfielder Dante Bowen. He is from Ontario. So on the attack, it's Stone Evans, Joshua McLaughlin, and Kari Sears. Bowen on the first midfield with Tanner Sims and Kylan Lane. And then goal for Japan, Shun Ito. He's made 13 saves in the tournament. Japan protects him very well. And philosophically, talking to Naofumi Suzuki, when you research Japan and what they've been known for, it's their on-ball defense. That is perhaps the core of their philosophy, is what has made them a team that people talk about, that in another cycle or so, don't be surprised if they find themselves in Pool A. Backdoor cut, knocked down. Good anticipation there from Japan's Taisei Chikakane. Yokokawa, short stick D-midi. And he's going to wait for Japan to spread the field a little bit more. No shot clock in international game. And Japan known for their patience. But defensively, on-ball defense for Japan has been so difficult. Yesterday, the quickness of Joshua Balcarcel of Puerto Rico gave them fits. And Japan eventually held off Puerto Rico 10-9 in a thrilling finish. Puerto Rico with 2 late goals to cut it to 1 in what ended up being the de facto Pool B championship game. Yamada with Tanner Sims staying in there to play two ways for Jamaica. Yamada again continuing to try to go two-man game with Kaigara as Kaigara slips. Then the feed there intended for Atsuka, and Jamaica will come up with the ground ball. Can they find something in transition today multiple times? As the push from Owen Stevenson, long pole midi, who will also face off. Part of the dilemma today for Jamaica is if Takeda does what he has done with a high percentage facing off, possessions just may not be there. And Jamaica may need to take some risks in transition like that. Jamaica 1 and 2 through Pool C play. They shut out Latvia on this field on Thursday, 14-0. 9-5 loss to Ireland. That game marred by penalties from Jamaica, and Ireland got the separation they needed. 2 stick checks against Jamaica, took a goal off the board. And that game much closer than the final score indicated. And then a 7-6 loss to Germany, where Jamaica had a shot at the end, stopped by the outstanding German goalkeeper, Lenny Oswald. They're freeing his hands. Jamaica ties the game. Dante Bowen. Bowen at Ohio State has been playing some short stick D-mid for Nick Myers, the coach of the United States. His third of the tournament, and that's a big one. He was able to dodge and penetrate the Japan defense. So Owen Stevenson, who was a long pole midi at the University of District Columbia Division II program, and again Takeda able to draw it back and win it. 4-on-3 developing, and the pass just a touch behind Shuhei Atsuka. Sims comes back and gets it. Jamaica able to break pressure. With the rollback, Kylan Lane shooting, and he beats Ito low. Jamaica has the lead. So Jamaica's midfielders able to take Japan off the dribble on the perimeter. Lane with the rollback, with a timeout taken by Japan. So Jamaica fired up here as Brian Silcott gathers his team. Talking more ahead of this game and in the bigger picture, wanting to see more patience from his offense, particularly trying to break down Japan, which teams have struggled doing. In this case, they haven't worked the ball around a real workaround once yet, but the goals by Bowen and Lane have come just after Japan got settled in defensively, and then hard straight line dodges and getting shots in from about 9-10 yards out. So as Brian Silcott gathers his team, remarkable career that he has had in undertaking this role in addition to everything he has on his plate working with the Premier Lacrosse League. And Japan Lacrosse, certainly one of the other model programs, the Czech Republic also in the champions bracket, and they hope to emulate that by bringing lacrosse to the island. Youth clinics on the way. In Jamaica, there were 19 high schools that were playing lacrosse prior to the pandemic, down to 12. And there are homegrown players on this Jamaica side, and they are the pioneers. Stevenson and Takeda. And Stevenson able to win the faceoff. Well, Owen Stevenson has been around campus here trying to practice and work with anybody that wants to get down in the set position and face off with him, to try to get a crash course together. Was even recommended to him. You know, there is Jeff Snyder walking around from Team Canada, the legendary face-off guy, one of the, perhaps the very best in the history of the sport. Had a chance to work out with the U.S. face-off guys like Alex Stathakis to get some pointers there. That's maybe among the great things about these tournaments, where the top countries get a chance to walk around, pop in, watch a game or two from developing countries, see the players who are just elated to meet them, both at the junior team and senior national team levels, because they watch all the YouTube clips and then get a chance to see and interact with them in person. Colin Lane again. Kari Sears. As Stone Evans shoots, that's off target. The low D starters, close D starters, Yugo Tatamatsu of Japan, very solid fundamentally, with Kazuki Miura and Yusuke Nakamura. The long pole midi, good transition player, Hirotoshi Yoshimura. Lane, pass behind the cutting Stone Evans, and swooping in is Japan with the ground ball in Tatamatsu. Japan transitions, they've turned it over a couple times in these sequences. Atsuka had Yamamoto cutting. And Japan will go for some 6-on-6. Kaigara has yet to really dodge. And telling sign with Dante Bowen on him. And there is that great matchup. Kaigara, Puerto Rico had Syracuse short stick D-midi Brandon Aviles on him. And Kaigara showing, again, great courage to dodge. He's probably got the best combination of moves, and also, as Naofomi Suzuki remarks, he's got the courage to attack gaps. Hakozaki into the high crease area. That's Kaigara shooting. That ball stays in the field of play. It is a natural grass surface, kept alive momentarily by Yamada of Japan, trying to rake it forward, but Jamaica a little tougher on the ground ball. They've got it. Jaheim Hawkins along the sideline there, lowering the shoulder. And Jonathan Demontignac holds. Tyler Vassell plays at Division II Mercy College in Dobbs Ferry, New York, about an hour north of the city. Mercy College having a breakthrough season. Vassell was the backup goalie, one of the backup goalies, as they went to the Division II National Championship game. So he has certainly been a part of big games. This is absolutely one. winner to take on the Australians, who are dealing with injuries right now as the 3 seed and one that could be vulnerable. And they've lost 3 starters in the last 2 days, 2 starting attackmen, real players, and an indispensable short stick D-mini. Joshua McLaughlin. McLaughlin from Roswell, Georgia. Feed to the crease, shovel shot! It missed to the short side. Good luck. Kari Sears had much more time than he thought. And he is shaking his head. And Japan is there for backup. Well, remember that miss. 90 seconds left, first quarter. First round of the medal round. Winner off to the quarterfinals. Back to the first midfield for Japan. Kenshiro Kuroda. That's McLaughlin stuck in there defensively. A little pick and pop, then firing after a bit of hesitation is Kai Tanamura. His 4th goal. Tanamura, I think, was considering passing. You see the smile on his face. He caught thinking, you know what? A shot here is better. Tied at 2. So Jamaica very late to get there. Assist to Kuroda, and the slash at the end of the play on Jonathan de Montagnac. So 3-on-2 in the face-off, and Stevenson wins an important one. And here's a good timeout by Brian Silcott. So Japan with the man up. About 20 seconds left, first quarter. And Jamaica will have to hold the ball here to close out the quarter and then figure things out for the second.
The game is currently tied up 2 apiece with 21.6 seconds left in the first quarter.
So with the 2-2 game, as Jamaica continues to build, they did not have a true face-off guy in this cycle. 6 Division I players at one point or another were expected to play. Didn't happen due to a variety of reasons, but they've had players step up. As we see Joshua McLaughlin, a couple of his goals against Latvia in the opener. That was a 14-0 finish. And Pool C action. That's McLaughlin sneaking one through. Latvia's best player, probably their goalie in the tournament. And then McLaughlin there, part of his big day. So he enters as the leading scorer, 10 goals, 3 assists, 18 shots on goal. They don't keep track of total shots, but the estimate is that McLaughlin probably has about 15 more shots than the second highest on the rest of the team. Today it's been the midfield. And he opened with 6 goals, 2 assists in that win over Latvia. Jamaica out of the timeout. Man down, McLaughlin. As Japan tries to swarm, it comes out to Kari Sears. Well, 2 seconds, may as well maybe get a look. And that is the end of the first quarter. So Japan will be man up here to open up the second quarter. But Jamaica leading for a large stretch. We're in the midst of a good one. First round action of the medal round here from Limerick, Ireland. And the men's under-21 World Lacrosse Championship is on ESPN+.
into that lead the entire second half. Beautiful shot again.
Just happy to be a part of it right now for all the younger generations and hopefully pave the way for them so little girls younger than me can become Olympians.
What a game this is shaping up to be. Jamaica and Japan are tied at 2. First round action from the championship bracket. So as Jamaica took the shot, looking for the goal, here's Owen Stevenson. They could have held it to remain man down, but Stevenson bails them out by taking it the other way. So still another 15 seconds or so of man down. McLaughlin brings that pass to his stick. And DeMontiac's penalty is over, so we are back to even strength. Stone Evans deals with Ryoto Amaga. Japan can consistently roll out 5 close D-men, 2 long poles. They play a large roster, pretty even minutes. Taking it in, oh, that's a fine shot from Tanner Sims. To the near pipe and the top corner on the run. A special shot, his second of the game. We'll make that actually, that is his first. Sims, though, able to pick out that corner and place it well. Third of this tournament, and Jamaica back in front.
Tanner Sims with the goal for Jamaica. That puts them up 3-2 over Japan with 12 minutes and 49 seconds left in the second quarter.
And Japan this time off the wing. Yokokawa comes up with a ground ball. So the face-off battle's been pretty even. Japan with 5 turnovers at the end of the first quarter. That sticks out. Yamamata skips it there. Not in shooting position was Fujioka. Uta Kaigara. Tanamura. Natural lefty midfielder. Bowen swarms him after Tanamura relaxed for a moment, and Jamaica picks up the ground ball.
Jamaica comes up with the ground ball.
Jonathan de Montignac pulling up, and we have an injury stoppage. 11:21 remaining. De Montignac, as he released the pass, immediately went down on the field. John de Montignac is from Western New Jersey, Warren, New Jersey. And he plays at the College of Holy Cross in Massachusetts. second-generation Crusader. Dad had played football there. And it's getting to be that time of the tournament, as they touched on Australia with 3 significant injuries. It's about attrition and surviving physically to get to Saturday or Friday, depending on when your last game is. And de Montignac able to at least walk off the field under his own power. So he appears to pull something just as he was beginning to slow up. And while it is a chilly morning, of course, that lends players to believe that you may not have to hydrate as much as you would when it's been 86, 87 degrees here for the first 5 days of the tournament. But now this feels like, if you're in the Northeast, today feels like the first weekend in October. Evans, backdoor shot, and then cut. That came from Dante Bowen.
Behind the back shot goes wide left. And they will maintain possession.
They free up a cutter, Kari Sears. Jamaica off the end line with a set play, beautifully executed, 4-2.
Sears with a quick catch and shoot to score for Jamaica.
Timeout, Japan.
2-10 with 10 minutes and 24 seconds left.
McLaughlin on the assist.
Timeout.
And Jamaica leading by 2. Their defense has been their strong point. Brian Silkow loves the 4 poles he has down there. And pending de Montignac's health, should he come back in, Jamaica set up very well here through 20 minutes of lacrosse. Meanwhile, for Japan, when it defeated the Czech Republic, Sota Hakozaki was the star in that game. Action on Saturday. Czech Republic with a lot of slick attacking players. That's a shot just above GLE. And Hakozaki, another speed dodge from behind. Not much of an angle there for the lefty midfielder. And this time, very nice. He came in tied with Uta Kaigara with 6 goals. But right now, Japan has to figure some things out defensively. They have not been able to bother this Jamaican team, and the physicality that the Jamaican midfield has been able to dodge with has been a factor. So UMass Lowell's Kari Sears, Columbus, Ohio native, and did a prep year at Salisbury in Connecticut. And Stevenson called for delay of game, their procedure call. So Japan gets the benefit of the free possession. Kaigara. Stevenson remains on his hip. Feed came through, carried through to closer to the midfield for Yamada. in Japan, there's about 50 colleges that play in the sport of lacrosse. And I would say, because Canada also has enough of an established outdoor field lacrosse setup, that you might rank Japan as kind of the next in line in terms of the closest thing to what exists in the United States in terms of a college athletic system. And a big national championship. Vassell makes the save. As coming out in front there was Fujioka. As he improved his ankle, Fujioka may have hesitated just a moment before taking the shot. But in Japan, every single one of these players, except one who picked up the sport of lacrosse at the age of 15, everybody else picked it up at the age of 18 when they were college freshmen. So you're looking at the most experienced player in the sport being in the area of 5 years or so, and everybody else 3 years or under. And talking to Naofumi Suzuki, the other area, you can school your team and train them, but it's game inexperience that will show itself. As they find themselves trailing now by 3. Kari Sears makes it 5-2.
Putting Jamaica up 5-2 over Japan with 7 minutes and 36 seconds left in the second quarter.
Jamaica's dodging has been a real problem. Sears started 4 games at attack this year for UMass Lowell. 4 goals and 3 assists. Stevenson had it at his feet. Japan with Takeda. Big face-off win. Takeda to goal, and he gets one back. Yusuke Takeda. That's of great significance, 5-3. Stevenson has done well tying him up and preventing this. Takeda's first goal of the tournament. Takeda known for his counter moves and being extremely analytical, studying his opponents on video ahead of this tournament. Whatever he can find. Quick there against Stevenson, facing off with the pole.
Takeda with the back-to-back face-off wins for Japan.
So he certainly gives Japan a chance, and certainly against Australia, who is solid at face-off. They have a couple guys in Ron Gavori, Aaron Hill to throw out there. Tanamura. But Japan in that kind of matchup and what they've done is control tempo, control possessions, get quality looks. Their senior national team now in January of 2020 put forth a terrific effort in San Antonio against the U.S. senior national team in a friendly, and that really popped open some eyes. Back up here for Fujioka. Kaigara. And Bowen defends.
Right there, good. Right there, good. Nothing further. Nothing further.
Jamaica starting defender Jonathan de Montagnac has yet to return. Kaigara again, and Jamaica has handled him well. This cross-cage pass by Hakozaki deflected. Japan recovers with Ishikawa. Ishikawa got enough of a brush stream. Jamaica handles it well. They'll try through Kai Tanamura. Tanamura from the outside.
Jamaica shot goes left. They will maintain possession.
Fujioka, save Vassell. Now taking it all the way again is Hakozaki. Well, Japan, every time they've tried to speed dodge, they haven't been able to turn the corner great. They're just about a step short, so it's really increasing the shooting percentage. Fujioka, look at a crease roll twice, handled well by Redwood. Another tough angle shot, back up, goes to Jamaica. So Stevenson the closest to it. And for Japan, perhaps the top portion of the to-do list for Japan head coach Naofumi Suzuki has been our shooting percentage. He called that their greatest area of improvement, shooting percentage, particularly in tight. And that is showing itself in this first half as Jamaica throws the clearing pass away. And that was not close. So under 2 minutes, clock will stop on any whistle. Under 30 seconds in the first 3 quarters. Final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. Japan turns it over. Evans, Stone Evans, across to the back pipe. What a look there into Sears. 6-3. Third goal of the game and quarter for Kari Sears. And Evans continues with very physical dodging that time. Face-off win, Takeda, but then his pass behind his teammate Fujioka out of bounds. So Japan out of sorts here. Their defense has not been as locked down as it has been to this point. Transition opportunity here. Final moment, taking it in. Vassell is able to deny Ishikawa, but he was pushed in the crease by de Montagnac. So Japan will have it with short time. Fujioka has the skip pass. Room in time for Vassell. One more save on Tanamura. Jamaica celebrates the stop. They lead Japan 6-3 at halftime. In this championship bracket first round game with the winner to the quarterfinals against Australia. It's the first time Japan has trailed at the half and their largest deficit through 4 games. 6-3 Jamaica. We're back with highlights.
It's coming. The world is coming to San Diego. 30 nations, 30 teams. Only one will be crowned world champion. There's nothing like playing for your country. This is the pinnacle of sport. Be here as legacies are forged and history is made.
Well, what an interesting story being written here. Halftime of our first round game of the day. First of 4 on ESPN Plus. Jamaica leading Japan 6-3 at halftime. Having a look at our highlights, Sota Hakozaki started the scoring 1-0. Then Jamaica started to settle in. This was a shot by Kylan Lane to take the lead at 2-1. Kuroda here, little slip, then Tanamura set his feet, 2-2 end of 1. Josh McLaughlin would find the cutting Kyrie Sears, first of his 3 goals. Sears then to follow that up off the dodge to make it 5-2 Jamaica. Following face-off, Yusuke Takeda, his first goal, the face-off win and the dash to the front. Sears would add 1 more from Stone Evans. It is 6-3 Jamaica at the half. Back with halftime stats from Limerick Island.
Fasten your seatbelt.
The game you've always loved just found a new gear.
Introducing World Lacrosse Sixes.
It's speed and scoring,
Tempo and transition.
athleticism and action.
It's big-time energy packed onto a smaller playing surface.
It's the game you've always loved, brought to you at warp speed.
It's lacrosse on the Autobahn.
Don't blink. This is World Lacrosse Sixes.
(6-3) Jamaica leading Japan at halftime from Limerick. Two key numbers, the turnovers by Japan. They've just not been comfortable 6-on-6, and a couple of transition turnovers taking away scoring chances there. 8 out of 11 for Yusuke Takeda facing off. I think that was probably expected. Jamaica was hoping to get that as close to 50-50 as possible, but out of the 11 shots on goal by Japan, outestimate about 6 of them were low angle, just above GLE chances that Japan has just not turned the corner well enough to finish at a decent rate. And then Japan's tough dodging on the other end has produced 6-3. They lead at half. Third quarter coming up. Fascinated second half ahead of us. 6-3 Jamaica, and when you look at the way the game is shaping up, how will Japan find a way to defend Jamaica dodging from midfield? Going to be an outstanding next 30 minutes of game action to see who advances to tomorrow's quarterfinal against Australia. Face-off win, Yusuke Takeda.
Japan with the first face-off win of the second half.
Sears causes the turnover. Perhaps ball on the ground as Japan will save it. Tatamatsu picks up the ground ball. And here comes Kazuki Miura. Uta Kaigara is in. Nervous moments for Japan. Kaigara, I think, was trying to play it behind and getting a stick on it. Jamaica's Chandler Redwood. I think that was intended to go back to X. Tanner Sims breaks the ride of Japan. With Takeda's facing off abilities, if you're Japan, I think you never feel like you're quite out of a game. He's now 9 out of 12 and has also scored a goal. Sims in a good job staying balanced there by Rikuto Yokokawa, the D-mid. McLaughlin sneaks around the attempted screen. Evans took a jab from Tatamatsu. Then fires it across Sears. Missed a great look. Recovered, nearly got it back. It comes out to McLaughlin. He beats Ito. And Jamaica, after the miss inside, they capitalize anyway. Off the scramble, it's 7-3. That's a great look by Sears. And then Evans, head up, finds Josh McLaughlin. That's 2 excellent assists in this game by Stone Evans. Takeda wins another. Stone Evans is going into his junior year at the Cushing Academy in Massachusetts, among the youngest players in this tournament. England has a 16-year-old, Hugo Peel. That is the age limit. Atsuko was tied up, raked forward by Jamaica. Uncontested ground ball handled by Rei Yamamoto. First time Japan has trailed to the half of this tournament. And their largest deficit by far at any point so far. Hiroki Ono on the field for the first time. There's a jump shot as Hakozaki again shooting from distance. They're trying to speed dodge from behind and losing his angle in the process. This time better angle. Hakozaki adjusts. He's got his second, 7-4.
Jamaica with 9 minutes and 54 seconds.
So we'll see if Japan can go to that some more. Certainly there is a quickness advantage around the crease, but will they have the courage to dodge through contact in and around Tyler Vassell? get a loose ball push, says our official, the American-born, but now longtime German official, German resident, Ryan Wallace. Ishikawa, a little bit of a brush screen as he faked the pass, then dodges on Evans. One more good look, and there is terrific offense. Hiroki Ono with Hakozaki setting him up. 7-5.
Hiroki Ono for the goal for Japan, bringing it in 2.
And that's all off the nice dodge by Ryota Ishikawa off the two-man game off the weak side. And Japan now with a little bit of flow. For Ono, his third of the tournament. Takeda, clean win, already has a goal. As he shoveled it off. Raked twice beautifully by Japan. Nice job of not panicking there by their fine LSM, Hirotoshi Yoshimura. Ishikawa, again, Kaigara set the pick. Kuroda to the crease. Decent look from Otsuka. Hakozaki off the back end. First time Japan has been able to successfully crease roll. Sota Hakozaki, 3 goals to lead Japan. He brings them within 1 of Jamaica. A dodge with purpose, set up well. And Takeda now starting to really assert himself from Owen Stevenson. Again, Jamaica does not have a natural face-off guy. Stevenson is a long pole midi. He's been the one tasked upon arrival here to Ireland. His homework assignment was to take a crash course in facing off. And that's everything that he has been doing between meals, practicing, having conversations with people. He doesn't have anybody on his team necessarily to practice with. So he's had to be a sponge. Kaigara. Hakozaki again to the front. Vassell kept it out, but the flag is out. And Sota Hakozaki now becoming a thorn to Jamaica. The Illegal body check for a minute will put Japan man up. Oh, there came the coma slide on Tony Diallo. High hit to the head. Japan 0 for 1 as they look for the equalizer. Kaigara from the ankle, shot from Kuroda. Again, it's a continuous clock, so when the ball goes out of bounds on those whistles, you lose precious time as the man-up team. Ishikawa up top. Kaigara fumbled it. In traffic, Owen Stevenson had it momentarily. Then Stevenson gets up from a knee, nearly secured it. But we are all even. However, Japan preserves the possession. Out of traffic is attackman Shuhei Otsuka. Japan has scored 3 straight after facing their largest deficit of the tournament. Otsuka. Eye to eye against Tanner Sims defensively for Jamaica. What a chess match starting to take place here this morning from Limerick, Ireland. That pass nearly intercepted. Handling is Kuroda. Japan does not panic. And now keep it in the box for the first time today. Hakozaki knocked down. Jamaica swarms, it stays with Japan. Jaheim Hawkins all over him. Hawkins, a Long Islander from Huntington Station. A little pick and pop, that shot is blocked. That was Hawkins. Japan recovers with Tanamura. Kaigara's pass knocked down, and Jamaica with the pickup from Stevenson. And they're clear away from a key stop. That was about a 5-minute possession. Kyneland lane ahead. Half-minute here in the third for Jamaica. They led 6-3 at halftime. Lane on the back down, shovel shot. And they'll change the call and keep it. Well, the backup was signaled to Jamaica on a deflection, but now the fourth official indicates that Jamaica was offsides behind the play. So here's Japan for perhaps one more look. Hakozaki, feed carried all the way through, looking for Atsuka, and that's it for the third quarter. It remains a fascinating game between Jamaica and Japan in the first round of the championship brackets. In the men's under-21 World Championship from Limerick, Ireland. What a 15 minutes that is coming your way on ESPN+.
Carbon fiber. Carbon fiber too. Yeah, the only thing I'd say is there's no shin pads or anything. No. So there was lads that pumped the ball there and felt it. That was one of the first times I actually saw someone with this today, someone with the ball. Like, it's very hard to try and knock it over.
Have you booked that trip to Ireland yet?
Press the green button and visit the island of Ireland. See Ireland.com.
We'll give you a thumbs up if I'm right. Jamaica clinging to a 7-6 lead as we begin the fourth quarter. Good morning from Limerick, Ireland. Ralph Bednarczyk with you. Cold temperatures hovering in the high 50s with some wind chill. The sun had briefly made an introduction. We get procedure called for the first time against Yusuke Takeda. He won all 5 face-offs of the third quarter. Big part of why Japan was able to get themselves right back in the game after trailing 7-3. Jamaica 1-2 in pool play. A shutout of Latvia, 14-0. And tough losses, 9-5 Ireland and 7-6 to Germany, having a shot stopped at the end. Stone Evans trying to bull his way through the defender there, Tatamatsu. Winner will play Australia tomorrow morning in the quarterfinals. That's a shot, and I think that's perhaps off the stick of Shun Ito from Stone Evans. Ito, through 3 quarters, has yet to come up with a save. Sears He was the hot hand in the first half. His fourth. And some breathing room for Jamaica. 8-6.
That puts Jamaica up 8-6.
The find from Tanner Sims.
45 seconds left in the third quarter. Excuse me, left in the fourth quarter.
Takeda just took it away from Stevenson, but then sails the pass. 12 turnovers by Japan. It was a more significant problem in the first half when they had 9 of them. So that number of Japan being plus 10 has been neutralized. Sears. Dante Bowen. The winner of this game is assured a top 8 finish in this 23-team under-21 World Lacrosse Championship. The loser guaranteed to finish no worse than 12th. Evans lowering the shoulder, walled off well. Tomoya Sodayama, the D-midi, he took a hit, did not flinch. Then Ito, with a long clearing pass on the string. Here comes Yoshimura, and Yoshimura delayed, and that allowed Stevenson to take it away. Battle for the ground ball. A nice approach by Hakozaki. Eventually fished out by Kazuki Miura. Yamada with Stevenson, the support defender. Yamada now looks for the back end, takes it to goal. Tetsuya Yamada is known as the biggest and strongest player for Japan. He towers over some of his teammates, and first time we've seen him just use the body. So Japan's with another possession. They had a very long one in the third quarter to try to tie up the game. Yamada returns, this time The better matchup for Jamaica, Dante Bowen on him. So Japan will look elsewhere. Ishikawa at Kuroda rolling. Yamada. We'll see what Bowen is made of. Stevenson, as Kuroda swims through, passes through. And that shot, Hakozaki.
Japan's shot goes wide. They will maintain possession.
And that last miss, I think, a microcosm of Japan's issues in the first half. Shots are 21-16. Japan shot 3 for 11 in the first half. Kuroda, this time a better angle. Sealed the defender on his hip, and Japan has climbed out of a 4-goal deficit. We are tied at 8.
Score is all tied up, 8-8, with 7 minutes and 18 seconds left in the game.
One and one for Kenshiro Kuroda in this game. As we're under 7 minutes left. And now Takeda, able to pinch, pop to himself. And look at this, Japan will have a chance to take the lead. It's great talking with Naofumi Suzuki about philosophy. They try to emulate best professional teams or college teams out there. And of course, they're one of several teams, when I've asked that question, they want to emulate the University of Maryland's offense, particularly this year in 2022. Sharing the ball is as good as anybody has in the history of the sport to go on and win a national championship going undefeated. As Japan extends pressure out, Yamada. Good skip pass across Vassell, his best save. Flag is out, he stops Atsuka. That ball was ticketed towards the corner, and Vassell just stopped a nice 6-yard step down. But it's a 1-minute slash on Jamaica. So the closeout check on Tony Diallo, he takes his second foul of the game. Under 5 minutes left. And looks like Jamaica wants to lock off on Sota Hakozaki behind. So Japan looks like they'll settle for 5-on-4. Hakozaki is off screen right now. Stepping up into the shot, and Japan makes Jamaica pay. Kai Tanemura. And Japan leads for the first time since it was 1-0. A timeout taken. Asking Naofumi Suzuki, so what is your team's strength? People say it's probably defense. We see what the numbers are. He thought about it, and he says, because of our inexperience in games, and nearly the entirety of the team has been playing lacrosse 3 years or less, it's mental strength. And he saw that against Puerto Rico yesterday, where they led 10-7. There's Coach Suzuki. And Puerto Rico, a roster full of players who play American colleges, several other Division I prospects that are high schoolers still, that his team never crumbled with Puerto Rico turning up the heat. And Japan was able to handle the pressure of the game situations, the physical pressure, did not wilt, and closed out the game 10-9 to his delight. Let's show you how Japan has gotten back in this game. This was Kuroda with Stevenson. The D-mini shielding on his hip. And then in a 5-on-4 with the lock-off, Ishikawa moved it to the top, and Tanamura stepped into one. And now, 27 in white becomes the biggest factor. Again, no shot clock in the international game. And Yusuke Takeda, after 3 quarters, and he won the opening faceoff, so he had taken 14 of the first 17. He overruns it, chance for Stevenson. And Takeda eventually grabs. So now if you're Jamaica, what do? Japan is notoriously deliberate in these situations. You simply cannot sit back and expect them to make a mistake. Now in this game, Japan uncharacteristically has for a good chunk. They had 11 turnovers through 3 quarters. Kaigara, his feet down to X, knocked down briefly by Vassell. Recovered by Hakozaki. And they shoot from the outside and now lead by 2. Courageous shot there by Kenshiro Kuroda. 10-8 Japan.
Putting them up by 2. Score is 10-8 in favor of Japan with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the game.
That may not have been what you'd label a high percentage shot given the situation and the rules at hand, but Kuroda made it count. And once again, Takeda, the closer. Two minutes left. Jamaica led 7-3 in the early 3rd quarter. Japan must keep it in the box. And they've already taken a minute off the clock. Tyler Vassell has to get out of crease. Jamaica yelling for him. You hear Brian Silcott and the coaching staff. Here comes the second defender on Kaigara. Kaigara slips through it. Not shooting there. Hakozaki, flag is out. This will be on Jamaica. They said white 18, but it is Jaheim Hawkins in the box for Jamaica. So Japan can see the finish line. Ishikawa to take it behind. Australia potentially down 3 starters, including 2 attackmen, awaits Japan in what could be a fascinating game with Yusuke Takeda and the face-off X. Japan's defense and their patience. What a great quarterfinal that is lined up to be. Japan comes from behind and shocks Jamaica. They celebrate a 10-8 win. They climb out of their first deficit of the tournament and show great character. And Jamaica into the consolation bracket here of the championship portion of the field. 10-8 is the final in a terrific game to open up the first of 4 games, as we'll bring you on ESPN+. Sota Hakozaki was tremendous. Kari Sears with 4 goals in a losing effort for Jamaica. One of those there. But Hakozaki's dodging back from X, the adjustments he made, opening things up for Japan. Part of this outstanding team victory. 10-8 is our final. For Mikey O'Sullivan, our director here from Limerick, my name is Ralph Minorchik saying so long and goodbye until our next game, which is coming up in about an hour and a half from now, as we continue our coverage with Ireland taking on the Czech Republic, 1 p.m. local time on ESPN+. We'll talk to you then.